By a function, so this is the given function. F of t is equal to negative 1/4 t cubed plus 3 halves t squared plus t for the time interval from 1 to 7 inclusive, but that's the time interval. Okay, so that means on the left of 1, 0 negative numbers is not included. You get me? Okay. And then also on the right of 7, 8, 9, 10 is not included also within the interval on from 1 to 7. Okay. So first is you're gonna take the first derivative. So we're gonna take the derivative of negative 1/4 t to the power of 3. That means the power times the coefficient. Okay, the power is 3 times the coefficient, negative 1/4, so that means negative 3 halves. Then the power decreases by 1, plus for 3 halves t squared, 3 times 2/3, so that means 3t. And the derivative of a constant is nada, or 0. So then equate the first the derivative into 0, and then factor out t. T is common, right? T is common. Factor out t, and then you're gonna split these factors. You're gonna have t is equal to 0, and the other one is negative 3/4 t plus 3 is equal to 0. Then move this to the other side, and then divide 3 divided by negative 3/4 is positive 4. Now, we have 0 value of t. Is 0 within the interval? No, right? It's not in the interval. So that means we don't include 0. So what are the candidates? The candidates are 1, 4, and 7. 1, 4, 7 are the candidates. So you're gonna have to do f prime of t line. Okay? So this line is not a number line, but the derivative line. Okay? So 1, 4, and 7. So what you highlight is when we say fastest rate, it is the max, right? The maximum. So when we say maximum, sign changes from positive to negative. You get me? Sign changes. That's the okay right here. So this is our factor. We're gonna plug in. That means between 1 and 4. Shall we say 2? If you plug in 2 right here, and then that means what comes out is positive number. You get me? Positive number. Okay, why positive, Mr. Roy? If t is 2, that means 6/4, right? Am I right, guys? 6/4. But what is 6/4? It's gonna be 1 point something, right? Then times 2 plus 3. So what prevails? What sign prevails is positive. You get me? Okay. If you plug in 4, that means this is negative 12/4. What is negative 12/4? It's going to be negative 3 plus 3 is 0 times 2, nada. So 0/4. And then between 4 and 5, 4 and 5, 4 and 7. My bad. Okay, so shall we say 5? What do you want? What do you want? Or 6? What do you want? Okay, if you plug in right here, what prevails? Sign prevails is negative. So therefore, this is from positive, then it changes right here. So therefore, 4 is the max. You get me? So max. So f prime changes from positive to negative. So you're gonna have to learn doing this explanation, guys, because sometimes this question appears on free response, and free response question needs an explanation, needs a justification. So why our answer is 4? Because f changes from positive to negative. So there is local maximum at x is equal to 4, local max. Fastest means max. Okay? Any question? Okay. Tangent. What is that? Tangent line. Again, guys, guaranteed you will pass if you just remember. Once you see tangent line, what is tangent line? Y minus y1. So this is point slope form, right? X minus x1. Remember this? Again, what did Mr. Roy say? Once you see the word tangent line, so, but before that, let's have, I know your teacher teach you this to memorize. Once you have the derivative of square root of x, and you still remember 1 over 2 times square root of x. Do you get me? So we don't have to deal on saying express this in exponential form, but you need to memorize. Okay, the derivative of this is 1 over 2 square root of x. And in my class, if you see this, I just you're familiar that this is the aquarium. I call this as aquarium because there is other teacher that says starts with letter M, but it's too offensive. I don't like that. He is teaching right now, but so I just call that inside as aquarium. Do you hear me? Normally, what you see in the aquarium? Fishes. Of course. So there is a mother fish, right? And the mother fish must have a baby fish, meaning differentiable. Do you get me? Okay. So what is that x in there? On the inside, the aquarium, what is inside? 3. X cubed plus 3. Therefore, the derivative of that would be, do you get me? This is the invisible x. The inside. Okay? Then, as I said, x cubed is the mother fish. Okay? The mother fish. The mother fish must have a baby fish. What's that baby fish? Derivative of x cubed. What's the derivative of x cubed? 3x squared. Okay, let's apply that here. So we have the function, and we're gonna evaluate at x equals 1. First, why, Mr. Roy, we evaluate at x equals 1? F of x, that means this is the y, right? We're gonna solve for, sure, this is the y, and this is the x. So we are solving for, so x of 1 is already Okay? So we are solving for y. We are solving for y. Plug in. We're gonna plug in f of 1 is equal to the cube root, 1 to the power of 3 plus 3. So which means square root of 4. What is the square root of 4? 2. 2. Therefore y is equal to 2. Okay, we have y1. Okay, so what's next? Let's look. We're gonna solve for the slope. Solving for slope, as I said, 1 over 2 times the square root of x cubed plus 3, then times 3x to the power of 2. And you have that, we're gonna evaluate at x equals 1. Okay, at x equals 1. Plug in right away. So that means 3 times 1 square is 3. And then over square root of 4, and then that's it. So the next thing that you're gonna highlight is normal line. What is normal line? In algebra, what is normal? Normal is same as perpendicular. What is perpendicular line? You have to take the negative reciprocal of the slope. Do you get me? So, since the slope is 3/4, therefore the slope of a normal is take the negative reciprocal. You get me? Is this clear? Negative reciprocal of 3/4 is negative 4 over 3. So therefore, in parentheses, this m now becomes negative 4 over 3. Here. Okay, and then algebra will do for this. Your algebra skills. The calculus is very easy. Even if during my master's and in my PhD, we just laugh each other because our common mistakes are the algebra and the arithmetic. For the calculus, no problem. We all got it, but and this is a universal problem, common problem to all students. The basic math. Okay? And so what to do for this? What to do for this? Can we multiply both sides by 3? Right? Or I just say cross multiply. Cross multiplication is commonly error. In English, it is error to say cross multiply, but in math, during the convention, it is accepted. So when we cross multiply, this gives us 3 times y minus 2, and then we have negative 4, and then x minus 1. Will you agree, yes or no? Yes or no? Because the choices right here we have in this form. Okay, what to do? Just tribute. This is now 3y minus 6, negative 4x plus 4. Get me? What to do? I've been telling my students, you soccer this one, soccer ball. Meaning, move it to the, don't show it to me that you're gonna have to add both sides by 6. This is elementary math. I don't have to say that, but just common sense. Move this to the other side, this turns to positive. So this is now 3y is equal to negative 4x plus 10. 4 plus 6 is 10. And what to do? Kick this out. You soccer ball this to the left side so that we can have the option. So this means 3y plus 4x is equal to 10. question. Again, you come across with tangent line, what to do? What to do? You come across with this word, write in point slope form. Point slope form. What is point slope form? Use this one. Okay? Then, aside from that, we find the word perpendicular or normal. Perpendicular is normal. Gonna have to what to do with slope? Negative percent. Okay? So for number 7, I need you to look at your papers first. What to do with number 7? What kind of function is number 7? Hope you still remember. Composition. Can you still remember this function? What's the name of this function? F of x is equal to g of h of x. Starts with letter C, followed by O, composition, followed by M, composition, composite function. Okay? So for composite function, the derivative is the outside. What's the outside? G, right? Meaning the derivative or G prime times the inside, then times the derivative of the inside. Okay? So always remember, if it is composite function, you're gonna have G of h of x. So we have the outside, the derivative of the outside times the inside. Okay? H of x and then times. Remember, this is inside aquarium, right? And aquarium has, this is the mother fish and times the small fish. Okay? And what's the small fish of h of x? H prime of x. Okay, that's composite function. So we have the derivative of if f of x is equal to g of h of x, and we have this condition that h of 2 is 5, h prime of 2 is negative 5, g prime of 5 is 3. Which of the following is f prime of 2? Okay, so which means we take the derivative. So we have g prime h of x times h prime of x, and we're gonna plug in with the given condition. What is that condition? First, you have to plug in h of x. What is h of x? H of 2. That means f prime of 2 which means h of 2 times h prime of 2. we have g prime of x. And what is h of 2? Given. What is h of 2? It's gonna be 5. So you have to write 5 times. What is h prime of 2? -5, right? Okay, -5. But do not, again, common mistakes of students, they multiply right away. Do not multiply right away because you still have g prime of 5. Okay? So what is g prime of 5 from the given? 3. It's going to be 3. So you are now safe to multiply 3 times -5. Okay? And 3 times -5 is -53. Okay. So the first is the calculus. The rest would be algebra and arithmetic. So long as you hit the calculus, boom, it's now easy. Calculus is not hard. It's just a matter of following the rules. Okay? Theorize. So we still have 17 minutes, right? Yeah. Okay. Next is tabular. So you need to be familiarized with questions on table. Okay. So you have this, then you apply quotient rule. What is quotient rule? Low the high minus high the low over low square. Always apply that, okay? Back in the days, our teacher in the Philippines, he don't want to accept low the high minus high the low, but he said the denominator times the derivative of the numerator minus the numerator times the derivative. Oh, hallelujah, my God, it's too long. But we just say low the high minus high the low over the square. That's it. Okay, so using the table, what is, this is now, again, quotient f over g. So it's asking on f over g prime of as x is equal to 3. Okay, now given right here, f of 3 is 7, g of 3 is -9, f prime of 3 is -4, then g prime of 3 is 6. So, following quotient rule, it says low the high minus high the low. When we say low, that means the denominator. Okay? I hope your teacher discussed that. And then when we say high, that means the numerator. Okay. So, low the high, g times f prime minus f times g prime over g squared. That's the first thing that you do. The next is, since this is evaluated at 3, value of x is 3, so you're going to have g of 3 times f prime of 3. Don't look at this first, but you're gonna have to formulate your calculus stuff. Okay? So g of 3 times f prime of 3 minus f of 3 times g prime of 3. After that, it's time for you to look at the values now. So what comes here is g of 3. What is g of 3? It's going to be negative 9. Is this clear? Next is f prime of 3. What is f of prime of 3? Negative 4. Okay, minus f of 3. What is f of 3? 7. Times g prime of 3 is 6. And then over g prime of 3, or g of 3 is negative 9. So negative 9 squared. And then after that, a simple arithmetic, right? Multiply first, negative 9 times negative 4 is positive 36, minus 7 times 6, 42. So 36 minus 42. Careful guys, some of you might be in a hurry and then you miss out the sign. So 36 minus 42 is negative 6 over negative 9 squared is 81. So negative 6 over 81. But you're gonna have to reduce. And the actual 80, all answers are being reduced to lowest term. Okay. So negative 6 over 81, that gives us. This is divisible by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 81 divided by 3 is 27. So negative 2 over 27. So next is an application of implicit differentiation. Okay? Who wants to be an astronaut? No one? This is the math theory experience. We want to become an astronaut. Okay? Implicit differentiation. Given which of the following is the derivative? The first derivative of the function. I got that. Y is equal to f of x, and then if x squared times y plus secant y is equal to a. Again, what's the derivative of secant? Technique, guys. Secant is the derivatives. Always mention also secant, then tangent. Do you hear me? I don't want you to memorize but understand the concept. Okay? So, can we apply product in here? Product of x and y, right? X squared and y. So, what's the product rule? First times derivative of the second plus the second times derivative of the first. So, the first is x squared. Then the derivative of y is dy dx. You don't have to say dy over dx. Generally accepted, you just say dy dx. Am I clear? Okay. Damn, these math people are lazy. They don't follow dy over dx, but they just say dy dx. Are you lazy, guys? No. But we just. Okay, so derivative of y is dy dx plus the second. What's the second here? The y, right? And then times the derivative of the first. What is the first? 2x squared. So 2x is the derivative. 2x plus, now, here's the catch. Some of you might say, only secant y, tangent y. That is only intended for x. But since this is y, implicit differentiation, you're gonna have dy dx. Okay, so secant y times tangent y dy dx. Of course, derivative of a is constant number, so it's not a 0. And then what to do? Combine all the dy dx. Okay, combining dy dx. So right here it's going to be x squared, and right here it's going to be secant y tangent y. And then factor out the dy dx. Is this step here? Okay, then plus this one. The product of y 2x is 2xy equals 0. And what to do with this? Write this as the bottom. Okay, so dy dx is now equal to negative 2xy over x squared plus secant y tangent y. As I said, you don't have to worry if you cannot see. This is waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you. Okay. You don't see me online. Every time we have online, I'm in Mr. Ramirez. I co-teach Mr. Ramirez. So I always reply some questions if it is online. So I only teach in person. But please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. What time is it? 10:18, and we're supposed to end at 10:25, right? Am I right?
Yes.
10:25. So, hey guys, before you leave, we'll do this first, and then let's have by school for